China just sent a shockwave through America's most powerful industries. And folks, this one's big. Beijing's tightening its grip on minerals that fuel everything from AI to fighter jets. And they're doing it right before a Trump-Xi showdown. Coincidence or a power move? Let's break it down. If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We frequently publish more news on our website. You can read it there. Imagine this. You're running the world's most advanced AI lab. Your chips need rare minerals. Your defense systems depend on them. And suddenly, the tap starts to close. That's what just happened. China announced new export controls on rare earth elements, minerals that the U.S. can't easily replace. These aren't just any materials. They're the lifeblood of America's tech dreams. Smartphones, EVs, missiles, and that all-important AI race. So why now? Your free gift is waiting. Follow the link in the description box to enter our exciting giveaway. Beijing's move lands just weeks before an expected meeting between President Trump and President Xi. It's like China saying, we can hurt your strongest hand, your technology. And that's not just a threat, it's strategy. Chris Miller, the author of Chip War, summed it up perfectly. China's signaling we're willing to threaten your primary growth driver, AI. Think about that. The one area where the U.S. has been sprinting ahead, and China just threw a wrench into the gears. Now here's where it gets tense. The White House didn't see this coming. Officials called the move an apparent effort to exert control over the entire world's tech supply chain. That's not just frustration. That's alarm bells ringing across Washington. Remember earlier this year when the trade truce almost collapsed? It was the same story. Minerals. Back then, Trump officials accused China of playing hardball, withholding supplies, and now it's déjà vu. But this time, the timing is no accident. The restrictions start kicking in November, right before the current 90-day trade extension expires. Translation: Beijing's reminding the U.S. we control the clock and the materials. Now, Trump's never been one to back down from a fight. We've seen it before. He tightened chip exports to China, slapped tariffs, and talked tough on economic warfare. So what's next? You can almost picture him saying, if you cut off our minerals, we'll build our own. And that's exactly what's starting to happen. The U.S. is racing to ramp up domestic rare earth processing. Trump's already greenlit, taking stakes in companies like MP Materials and Trilogy Metals, betting big on bringing supply chains home. Mining stocks are soaring. Investors smell government money and long-term independence. But let's be real. Building that independence won't happen overnight. Processing rare earths isn't like flipping a switch. China's been dominating this space for decades. They've got the infrastructure, the expertise, and the leverage. America, it's still playing catch-up. And that's the dangerous part. Every move China makes ripples across U.S. boardrooms and Pentagon war rooms. Every smartphone, every chip, every drone depends on materials that mostly pass through Chinese hands. Neha Mukherjee, a rare earths analyst, called it, "We're entering a period of structural bifurcation." That's a fancy way of saying the world's splitting into two economic universes, one orbiting around China and another around the U.S. And when two superpowers start localizing, when they stop sharing, that's not just economics. That's a Cold War in slow motion. This tug of war isn't about terrorists anymore. It's about control. Control over the materials that decide who leads the next century. AI, quantum computing, defense tech. The real battlegrounds are invisible. So what's the end game here? China's testing its power, seeing just how much pain it can inflict before the U.S. pushes back. Trump, meanwhile, might double down. More sanctions, more domestic stakes, maybe even pressure on allies to join the U.S. supply chain. But here's the irony. Both sides need each other more than they admit. If China cuts too deep, its export income suffers. If the U.S. retaliates too hard, inflation and shortages spike. It's a dangerous dance, and neither can afford a misstep. Still, one thing's certain. The easy days of global cooperation are fading fast. What we're watching is history in motion. The fight for technological supremacy just got a new weapon: minerals. So, what does the future hold? A cautious standoff, maybe. A fractured world economy, definitely. And a United States forced to ask the tough question: can we stay number one without China's resources? If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We frequently publish more news on our website.